Well, even though we didn't get a lot yesterday, we're going to go off again today on the low water again. That's looking a lot better. There's a lot less swell on the beach. Hopefully there'll be a fair errand today, because yesterday that was a bit appalling, wasn't it? That wasn't very good at all. Now we're going to get ready to launch again. Wait a second, I'm ready. That's why I want to be ready. Yeah. That was eventful. The beach is steep at the minute, so you've got to be careful the boat doesn't launch on its own. That's why we tie it on the rollocks, so it can't. But as soon as I let the ropes on the rollocks go, back you down the trailer. So you can't help the steep beach. There's a few little rolls in the water, but it ain't as bad as yesterday. It's just a habit looking behind to see what's coming. There ain't nothing coming today, but there you go. There's a lot of weed in the beach, isn't there? It's full of weed. That's changed the weed type. A couple of weeks ago that was marrow grass and that red weed, now it's that frilly white stuff, isn't it? Yeah. You might have told me that before. There she's, engine's away, lovely job. Well, as we was going down the beach, an old boy stopped the old chap in the tractor and said, there's a young seal pup on the beach, should I drag it down the beach and put it back in the sea? No, just stay away from them. If you try and touch them, they'll bite you. They're ever so vicious, them little pups, even though they look cute and fluffy, but stay away. One for their safety and two for yours. They'll bite you and they've got a lot of bacteria in their mouths and that'll cause a hell of an infection. There's a local seal rescue bloke who's got a thumb missing when a pup bit it off and then proceeded to swallow it, he told us. So if the experts with a lot of experience have issues, don't go near them yourself. That's not worth a hassle. You'll get hurt. Well, there's a lot of weed on the beach. Probably why there ain't no anglers today. There's a lot of anglers yesterday, obviously. Go get a few more at the beginning of the week, but there's no anglers today. They must have got all that weed and got peed off of it. Well, you can't blame them. There's tons of weed on the beach. Well, that's the low water, and that go from south to north here. Obviously, we're going against the tide at the minute. I'm just hugging the shoreline because you get less tide inside. If I went out of 300 yards, there'd be a lot more tide. And then you've got to work harder. And you know what's right, because when you come inside and go off a little bit, the engine pick up a couple of thousand revs. There's a lot of tide there and not much right on the beach here. There's another little cute white and fluffy there. There's loads of pups about at the minute. Loads of them. Well, we're shooting away 5.5, 6 knots. That's going over lovely, but you look in the water there's a lot of marks. But I suspect they're sprats and not heron. Well, we're now shooting another 20 heron nets. So we've got to get some good heron before they disappear at Christmas. But how it has been the last few trips, I'd say them heron have already disappeared. We don't seem to be getting a lot lately. I've never known it to be so bad this time of year. Normally get a good lot up until about Christmas. Then again, Christmas isn't too far away, is it? Old Captain Pugwash down in there as the net's going over. These net shoots are great. Far better than windmilling and shooting by hand. I couldn't ever imagine going back to shooting nets by hand again. Just like living in the 18th century. I remember as a kid we used to roll the nets out. Didn't even use the engine. People who use the engine to shoot were crazy.
There's steel and boots of wood.
But yeah, you couldn't imagine rowing the boot to shoot the nets now and shooting the lead line over the side by hand. Oh, thank God we don't do that anymore. Well, they're all shot. That's the last bit of net now going over the side. And we'll then tie it onto a bit of rope and hang it off the front, the bow of the boat, and just sit here, drifting along. Well, the wind doesn't know what it's doing. Look on the turbines, that's southerly. And then you look on the water here, that's blowing south east. That's turning around like hell. So you see the ripple on the water from the southeasterly. But the turbines are southwesterly. Work that one out. Look a lovely day. It's because there's been a southerly wind. There's a southerly roll in the water now. Obviously yesterday that was a northerly roll, but there's a bit of both. Because off Yarmouth you don't get the northerly roll, and off Caister you don't get so much southerly, unlike the lee shores. So there's a good southerly here at Crashing on the beach, on Yarmouth Beach. That southeasterly wind has just blown us off the gear. The old chap's rolling like Billy, warm him up. As they say, at his age, if you don't use it, you lose it. But we don't seem to be beating the wind, unfortunately. Keep him busy, doesn't it? Out of trouble. Well, there's a few marks on the sounder there. See, a bit of fish coming through. I don't know if they're sprats or heron, they give you the same signal. On these sets, you can't tell the difference between shoals of heron and shoals of sprats, but then again, heron and sprats are very similar, aren't they? It's like a mini version of the soles, really. Oh, they ain't exactly the same fish, they are different species, but there's some fish moving through there. Let's hope they're heron. Need a few heron, haven't any heron in about a month. What's going on? Never been such a dry spell this time of year ever. But also need changes. There's been a lot of bad weather and wind this year. The wind and weather seem to be getting worse every year now. I don't know why. It seemed to be started being windier in the summer, and now it's windier in the winter as well. Now that is a tiny little seal coming right up to the boat. Look how small it is. It's a little old bugger, isn't it? See, look. I can actually touch it. Tiny little old seal. That one isn't scared enough. It's only about the size of a dog. Now it's gone. Oh, he's back up again. He's probably now swimming out to Scrooby. That's a tiny little old seal. You don't normally see him that small. And not that close to the boat. I reckon I could have stroked it if I really wanted to. But no, I didn't. vicious little buggers. And probably have your finger off if you went near it. Well, there's some fish now lifting out of the sand because the heron do bury, well, I imagine sprats probably do it too, but them sort of fish, they bury in the sand when the tide is running hard. And then they, as the tide starts easing, they come out of the sand and continue on their migration. But we know it's true about heron burying in the sand because old Skipper Woodhouse years ago, he went ashore with a bucket full of live heron and he tipped them in a low on the beach and they all disappeared in the sand in seconds. So we know the heron do bury in the sand. But the old chap is still rowing. Just hoping that wind will stop blowing southeasterly. But you see us southeasterly on the turbines now. That won't let me going southeast, that's meant to be going south-southwesterly. But the forecast is never right, is it? Well, the boat just now nearly went for our gear. Luckily they saw it at the last minute and turned around. We did try calling them on the radio, but no one replied, as it is. But luckily they saw our gear at the last minute and turned around. If not, they'd have chewed our nets up to pieces. But luckily he did see it, so no harm done. Luckily they got a good watch. A lot of people don't have watch, they just put it on autopilot. Well, he certainly put a lot of swell our way, made us roll about a bit, just as the old chap was having a pee. Hope he ain't peed himself. If not, the old dear will have a little surprise. You have to clean him up when you get him. Perfect timing, eh? Well, it's now come all over dark like it's going to rain. Hope it doesn't. Now you can have a look. Let's hope there's a few fish here. Looking good. Might be like eating another day like yesterday. Little old pin whiting. And Aaron. Over next. Another white. Look how plump it is, full of sprats. It's going to be another whiting fest. and after whiting. Check your lights work.
Last time I tested them, they worked. I don't use it since that. Did the wiring. Done anything? I said the radio didn't seem to be working either. Who is it? They just got pound 16 to
Don't normally see them at the end of December. Job. Ain't nothing worth watching now. Well, we're now motoring back. I had to stop videoing. The wind picked up and we had a squall come through. And that was blowing like a sod, peeing down the rain. We couldn't clean the fish, we just had to run them. That was a good pull, that was. The old chap's even got his smock on. And I did have mine, but I took it off and needed to pee. But yeah, that wasn't very nice off here then. We've had to just run the nets straight into the boot and we'll clean them when we get back round with mum and dad's. But that's eased off now. That squall, the wind blew for about 25 minutes and that got lumpy off here, and with the wind, that's bloody horrible. Well, we're all ashore, now driving up the beach. Got a coffee on the go. I'm glad to be ashore now, but that was peeing down the rain, blowing a hoolie. Now it's time to go round to mum and dad's and clean them mono nets. There isn't a lot of herring or whiting in them. There's a couple of sprats caught up in the meshes, and also there's a couple of small bass we put back. I videoed chucking one back. There's another little old tiny bass. We chucked that back too, but no time to go around the old man's and One of them monos do and just clean the bits and pieces out of them. Well, there ain't many heron there, is there? That was after cleaning when we got back to the old chaps. Another crap day. Only a few little farty heron. And a few little old whitens. They're the best out of the bunch of the whitens. All the little ones were fed to the old gulls rather than waste them. But you obviously didn't see on the video that blew up with a good squall and pinned down the rain. That got quite nasty out there, so we just run them and come them. But obviously on the video I cut that bit off because all the camera gear was getting wet and we were struggling to get the gear in. That was a nightmare. But after half an hour of that squall, that eased up and that was alright. Well, thank you all for watching. Let's hope a few heron turn up soon. They just vanished off the face of the planet at the minute round here. Oh, cheers for that, stepping in the way. Nice one. Alright, see you later. Bye.